Hello and welcome to Verdict 2015. Now voters are queuing up at more than 14,000 polling stations across 6 districts of Bihar to cast their ballot in the third phase of state's assembly elections. Remember, 50 constituencies are going to the polls today. Well, all news and updates from the state on the crucial third phase voting day today in the next half an hour. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor and these are the headlines. Polling underway for Phase 3 elections in Bihar. Voters in 50 constituencies exercise their franchise. 808 candidates in the fray in Phase 3. Big wigs include Lalu's sons Tejasvi and Tej Pratap. And we focus on the sugar mills of North Bihar. Once famous for their production, the mills depict a sorry state of affairs today. Well, voting is underway in the third phase of elections in Bihar. Now, polling is going on in 50 constituencies across the state, and the fate of some heavyweights is being sealed even as we speak. Well, the list of heavyweights include RJD chief Lalu Yadav's sons. Here is latest from the ground.
Elaborate security arrangements are in place as 50 constituencies in Bihar vote in the third phase of elections. Each polling station has a minimum of 5 central paramilitary force personnel to ensure free and fair polls.
जितने भी क्रिटिकल बूथ्स हैं, जैसे दियारा का क्षेत्र हो चाहे नक्सल प्रभावित क्षेत्र हो, वो सारे जगहों पर ये एरियल पेट्रोलिंग से उसका निगरानी किया जाए.
50 constituencies spread over 6 districts are polling. The districts are Patna, Saran, Vaishali, Nalanda, Bhojpur and Buxar. The Election Commission has cut short the time for voting by 1 hour in as many as 10 constituencies. Polling in these constituencies will end at 4 p.m, while in the remaining 40 constituencies, it will end today at 5 p.m.
सभी विधानसभा क्षेत्रों में स्वच्छ एवं निष्पक्ष मतदान सुनिश्चित कराए जाने के लिए सभी मतदान केंद्रों पर अर्धसैनिक बलों की प्रतिनियुक्ति की गई है और निष्पक्ष चुनाव कराने के संबंध में जितने भी सुरक्षात्मक उपाय किए जाने चाहिए थे वे सुरक्षात्मक उपाय किए गए हैं.
Let's take a look now at some of the crucial numbers of the third phase. A total of 50 constituencies are polling today. 808 candidates are in the fray, out of which 71 or 9% are female candidates. A total of 13,648 polling stations are being used. 1.45 crore people are eligible to cast their vote, out of which 78,31,388 are male, 66,86,718 female voters and 599 others. The fate of several heavyweights is being sealed at the moment. Among them are Lalu Prasad Yadav's son Tejasvi Prasad from Raghopur and Tej Pratap Yadav from Mahua. The other prominent leaders who are facing the electoral test are BJP leaders Nand Kishore Yadav from Patna Sahib, Deputy Speaker Amarendra Pratap Singh from Ara, and BJP's Chief Whip in the State Assembly Arun Kumar Sinha from Kumrar. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
All right, from 7 a.m. This morning, well, voters are queuing up outside polling booths in Bihar for the third phase of elections. So let's listen into the issues that they are casting their votes on.
कोई भी पार्टी जीते इससे कोई मतलब नहीं है, बस वोट करना चाहिए, हम लोग का अधिकार है ये. जब तक आप वोट नहीं करेंगे तो आप बताएंगे कैसे, आप बोलिएगा कैसे कि हाँ ये सरकार ने नहीं किया या इसने नहीं किया.
नेता जो हमारे लिए सोचे, हमारे समाज के लिए सोचे, हमारे देश के लिए सोचे, हम उसी तरह के नेता और उसी पार्टी का हम वोट देंगे.
जो विकास करे, बेरोजगारी दूर करे, देश के बारे में सोचे, राज्य के बारे में सोचे, उसी को वोट देना है.
बिजली पानी ये सब की व्यवस्था होनी चाहिए बढ़िया से, और वाटर सप्लाई की व्यवस्था नहीं है. पहले से था व्यवस्था, वो सब रोड के नीचे चला गया.
बिजली का व्यवस्था में तो बहुत सुधार हुआ है, लेकिन शुद्ध पानी का भी तो कोई व्यवस्था नहीं है. पानी टंकी यहाँ बना हुआ है 4 साल से, स्टाफ को पेमेंट दिया जा रहा है लेकिन पानी सप्लाई नहीं हो रहा. स्कूल में पढ़ाई हो नहीं रहा है, खाली टीचर को रख दिया गया है. उनका काम खाली बच्चा को खाना खिलाना है और बच्चा खाना खाता है, घर चला जाता है. पढ़ाई नहीं हो रहा है, किसी भी स्कूल में पढ़ाई नहीं हो रहा.
All right, my colleague Kriti Mishra is now joining us live from Vaishali. Now, Kriti, Bihar is voting again today after a break of 11 days. You are at this polling booth in Vaishali. Tell us if this break really has downed people's enthusiasm or not.
Aishwarya, reports that we are getting is that around 6 to 7% voting has been recorded since morning right now, and the enthusiasm, of course, is palpable. You can see behind me, people have queued up in large numbers since morning, and morning, if I may, from 6:30 a.m. Remember, the voting had to start at 7 a.m. They've come out, be it young voters, first-time voters, aged voters, or women voters. They've all come out in large numbers. And also remember that in the first and the second phases, we saw impressive voter turnout. And this time around, we expect the figure to be all the more stupendous. And let's not forget to give the credit to the Election Commission, which carried out extensive voter education and voter awareness campaign. And that's the result that we are seeing here right now. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Also, Kriti, tell us about what kind of security arrangements have been put in place in this phase of elections by the Election Commission.
Absolutely, Aishwarya. So around 1,107 companies of Central Paramilitary Forces, and each company would consist of 100 personnel, along with state corps would be there to take ground security. As far as sky is concerned, 5 helicopters along with drones would be keeping a vigil from the sky. In the riverine areas, 47 motor boats have been deployed there to keep a vigil on security there. And if you can see it here in this booth, you can see that the polling personnel, they are sitting there working very meticulously so that nothing goes wrong. And also personnel of Central Paramilitary Force, they're also deployed here to ensure that peaceful, fair elections take place.
Kriti,
Aishwarya.
Right. Speaking about the candidates really who are going to be very significant this time. Now, Lalu Prasad Yadav's 2 sons, Tej Pratap and Tejasvi Yadav, are contesting elections for the first time in this phase today. Now, they're very young. One of them is 25, the other is 26 years old. So, it'll be crucial to see if Mahua and Raghopur will actually rally behind these young politicians.
Absolutely, Aishwarya. So Vaishali has become the cynosure of all eyes because Lalu Prasad Yadav's 2 sons are contesting elections from here. That's going to be their electoral debut, and that would also be the genesis of their political lives and political careers. Many political pundits said that after conviction in the Forders scam, it was existential crisis for Lalu Prasad Yadav, and he had little choice but to ally with friend turned friend Nitish Kumar. In 2014 also, in the Lok Sabha elections, we saw he tried to get his daughter Meesa Bharti in the political arena, but that was unsuccessful. Now, of course, his 2 sons are in fray. So this is, of course, going to be a litmus test for the RJD and battle of prestige for Lalu Prasad Yadav. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Right. Remember, the state had seen a record 57% voter turnout in the first phase, and then 55% voter turnout in the second phase. And in this phase too, as my colleague Kriti Mishra is telling, there is a lot of enthusiastic crowd really at the polling booths, and we can expect a good turnout in this phase as well. Thank you so much, Kriti, for those details. You keep tracking all those developments in Bihar. Will keep coming back to you. Meanwhile, we are also joined in by Mr. Sanjeev Verma, who's the news coordinator with the Telegraph. Good morning, Mr. Verma, and thank you so much for joining us this morning from Bihar. Mr. Verma, now 50 seats are up for grabs. Now, the 23 of these seats were won by JDU last time, but then obviously BJP was the partner of JDU. Then it had won 19 seats and RJD had won 8. This time around, obviously, the equations have changed. What can we expect in this phase this time?
Both the alliances have put high stakes on this phase. This is kind of midway of the poll. 5-phase poll, 3rd phase is voting today. The alliance which will do well in this phase, I reckon, would take the lead in the final tally. Very important. And if you see the districts, Nalanda happens to be the native one of Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. Saran happens to be the Karmbhumi of Lalu Prasad, the RJD Supremo. Vaisali, his 2 sons are contesting 2 different seats, and it happens considered to be a strong basin of LJP Chief Ramvilas Paswan. So very interesting phase. And the alliance which will do better is, I reckon, would emerge as the winner ultimately.
All right, so this is going to be a make or break phase really. But speaking about BJP, well, it is contesting on 34 seats out of 50 and its regional allies are contesting the rest. Now, after worrying reports about the performance in the first two phases, BJP had done some sort of course correction. So definitely it'll be looking to cover much ground in the third phase today.
BJP is leaving nothing untouched. If you see the kind of campaigning being done by the party leaders,
yes,
time and again they are trying to allay the fear of backward caste on the reservation issue. Even the Prime Minister has spoken on this issue that till he is alive, no one can touch the reservation thing. Lalu and Nitish are attacking him on the same issue, challenging him to break away from the RSS teachings and all. So both the alliances are putting high stakes on this phase. As far as BJP is concerned, it is hoping good. 1 or 2 days back, I was just watching an interview of Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, and he was saying that we are going to sweep the phase. It is something to be seen when votes would be counted on November 8.
Yes, but BJP obviously stakes are high for both the Mahagathbandhan as well as the NDA alliance. Mr. Verma, you stay with us. We'll just come back to you. Meanwhile, it is nothing short of a prestige battle for the RJD in this phase as the two of Lalu Yadav's sons are in the fray. Now, here is what the RJD's first family has to say about the elections. All right, so crucial really battle for RJD, not just because of the phase, this is the third phase and it is midway between the assembly polls, but also it is a prestige battle for RJD chief Lalu Prasad because two of his sons are contesting the elections for the first time.
पूरा महागठबंधन बिहार के पांचों चरण में स्वीप कर रहा है जी। इसमें भाजपा खास करके नरेंद्र मोदी जी लगातार कमल कार्ड खेल रहे हैं।
In my constituency, BJP didn't got any of the candidates against me. Not a perfect candidate. So they have taken a JDU's MLA for the last time and they have taken it them.
फर्स्ट और सेकंड फेज के जो चुनाव हुए उसमें भी महागठबंधन बहुत अच्छी जीत हासिल कर रही है। 81 में से हम लोग करीब 60 से 65 सीटें जीत रहे हैं और ये कोई हम अपने तरफ से नहीं कह रहे हैं। ये बीजेपी का एक इंटरनल सर्वे भी जो चल रहा था उसमें दिखाएगा कि महागठबंधन उनसे कहीं ज्यादा आगे है। और आज थर्ड फेज की वोटिंग हो रही है, इसमें भी महागठबंधन एनडीए गठबंधन से आगे रहेगा और हम जीत के लिए पूरी तरह से आश्वस्त हैं।
All right, let's go back to Mr. Verma now. Mr. Verma, now speaking about the RJD, now RJD is leading Mahagathbandhan in this phase because it is contesting on 25 of the 50 seats that is being contested. So personally also, because Lalu Prasad's sons are contesting elections for the first time, so Lalu Yadav will be looking very closely at in this phase of elections, isn't it?
Of course, yes. If you see the pattern of his campaigning, he started from the Raghopur seat, even though votes were to be cast there in the third phase.
Yes.
But he started his campaign from Raghopur. So the kind of importance he is giving to these two seats cannot be denied. Rabri virtually camped in the Mahua seat and she virtually went door to door to seeking support for his elder son Tej Pratap. So the family has put high stakes in this phase. It cannot be denied. Lalu yesterday, he took an off from his campaigning and he was just discussing the voting strategy for today. Yesterday he spent the days chatting with party workers from field and particularly from Mahua and Raghopur. So naturally, these two sons of Lalu, they would carry forward the legacy of the family as far as the politics is concerned. So naturally, Lalu is putting high stakes on these two seats.
And it will be also interesting to see what happens in Saran because it has 10 assembly seats. It is Lalu Yadav's stronghold. But last time, RJD had won only the last time. So that time JDU BJP alliance had powered its way in a big way. So what happens in Saran is also going to be a prestige battle for Lalu, isn't it?
Of course, yes, but there are some seats where Lalu is facing internal rebellion from his old friends. If you take the Chhapra seat, Udit Rai is contesting as an independent candidate from Chhapra. He used to be a close confidant of Lalu. He even was minister in Lalu government. And Lalu denied him ticket and he is contesting as an independent. So Lalu has problems in Chhapra. Chhapra, if you go to the ground, you will find that voters are polarized on the caste line. And Rajiv Pratap Rudy happens to be the local MP. So naturally, he has his sway in pockets or say across the constituency. Lalu has been out of power for few years. So it would be very interesting to watch Chhapra, the seats in the Saran district.
While we talk of Saran, we also need to talk about Nalanda, because it is being said that, in fact, analysts are saying that this is going to be a big challenge really for the Chief Minister because he's facing a big challenge this time. How do you look at it? Do you think it is going to be an easy really walk for Nitish Kumar, or it is going to be a challenging really for Nitish Kumar to get this seat?
Going by the political history of Nalanda, Nitish Kumar is expected to do good in that district. No one can deny that. But it would be interesting because voters appear to have been polarized and the pro-Nitish and anti. So it would not be a cakewalk for Nitish, I reckon. Because BJP has worked overtime in Nalanda, making it a prestige issue that let's make inroads in the Nitish's basin kind of strategy the party has adopted. The other day, Prime Minister held a rally there and there was a good turnout as well. So, very interesting watch Nalanda is going to be.
All right. So, Saran and Nalanda district, they're the home turfs of Lalu Yadav and Nitish Kumar. So, how is the polling will affect their fortunes, the party's fortunes? That will be interesting to watch. Thank you so much, Mr. Verma, for joining us this morning and sharing your perspective on that story. And now a look at how the other contenders are reacting as votes are being cast for this crucial phase. Let's take a listen.
प्रथम और द्वितीय चरण था, उसमें हम 2/3 की बहुमत से हमारा लीड है और ये तीसरे चरण में मेरा विश्वास है कि ये 3/4 की बहुमत तक जाएगा और हर हालत में बिहार में सरकार बनाएंगे। ममता जी आ जाएं, अरविंद केजरीवाल आ जाएं, कोई अपील कर इनकी अपील का कोई असर नहीं पड़ने वाला है।
बिहार का चुनाव बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट चुनाव है देश के लिए। नफरत और मोहब्बत के बीच की लड़ाई है, सेक्युलरिज्म और कम्युनलिज्म के बीच की लड़ाई है, नरेंद्र मोदी जी और नीतीश कुमार के बीच की लड़ाई है। बिहार अपना फैसला सुनाएगा और हमें पूरा भरोसा है मोहब्बत की जीत होगी।
And in Verdict 2015, we'll take a short break, and after the break, we'll be focusing on some of the constituencies in Bihar. Time to take a break. We'll be back.
The biggest meet of the century. Leaders of 54 nations setting a common course for the future. Debating the mantra of scale, speed, and skill. Watch Africa Demystified at the India-Africa Forum Summit 2015, October 23rd to 30th, daily 5 to 6 p.m. on Rajya Sabha Television.
Welcome back. Now, Siwan is one of the more backward districts of Bihar, but the biggest problems that it faces today is that of a crumbling law and order system. So, we'll take a look at the issue in our next segment, Spotlight.
Siwan is the birthplace of first Indian President Dr. Rajendra Prasad. And later the noted social reformer Maulana Mazharul Haq. But by the turn of the millennium, its name came to be associated more with crime and the role of the RJD leader Syed Shahabuddin. After his conviction, Shahabuddin and his party lost their grip on the seat. But crime and crumbling law and order continue to be big issues here.
जो हालात थे, कब किसकी हत्या कर दी जाएगी और सीवान शहर में कब बम का प्रहार हो जाएगा, दुकानें शाम 6 बजे बंद हो जाती थी, वीरान लगता था सीवान, लोग यहाँ आने से डरते थे और जो लोग आ भी जाते थे, जब तक घर वापस नहीं जाते थे, उनके घर खाना नहीं बनता था, लोग चिंतित और भयभीत रहा करते थे।
The district has neither good roads nor a hospital. Education suffers from neglect, while jobs are in short supply. But election after election here is fought in the name of caste.
विकास के मामले में भी सीवान काफ़ी पीछे रहा। सीवान में पूर्व में भी कई औद्योगिक इकाइयाँ जन्मती थी, जिसको चलाने के लिए, जिसको संचालित करने के लिए, जिसको पुनर्जीवित करने के लिए कोई प्रयास सीवान के किसी राजनीतिक व्यक्ति ने नहीं किया।
The BJP holds 4 seats while JDU has 2, but equations have changed after the RJD and the JDU joined hands.
इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए हमारी सरकार ने काफ़ी प्रयास भी किया है और जो कुटीर उद्योग हैं, छोटे छोटे जो उद्योग धंधे हैं, उसमें सरकार ने काफ़ी प्रोत्साहन किया है।
कोई भी सरकार रही हो इस क्षेत्र के प्रति और इस समस्या के प्रति संवेदनशील नहीं है, गंभीर नहीं है और इसके से थोड़ा भी चिंतित नहीं रही है।
Siwan has nearly 16 lakh voters. Farmers form a sizable component, and their demand in these elections is the revival of the sugar mill that has been shut down. Ravindra Sharan's report for Rajya Sabha Television.
Well, once famous for its sugar mills in the country, North Bihar now remains marginalized after the shutting down of its mills. Due to the shutdown and inadequate financial aid to restore the mills, farmers and labourers are forced to migrate to look for jobs.
Siwan and Gopalganj districts in North Bihar were once known as the sugar belts of the state. Being agroclimatically suitable for producing good quality sugarcane with minimum inputs, 6 sugar mills were set up by the British. Sugarcane was a main source of income for farmers back then. But with the shutting down of a large number of sugar mills due to old and obsolete equipment and inadequate skills in the area, farming of sugarcane is also proving to be a mammoth task for farmers.
किसान त्राहिमाम कर रहा है, चूँकि हम लोग के यहाँ गन्ना बेचकर अपने बच्चों की पढ़ाई लिखाई, बेटियों की शादी हम लोग कर लेते थे, लेकिन आमदनी का स्रोत समाप्त हो गया। मुख्य समस्या है कि कम से कम जहाँ 3 चीनी मिल चलती थी, 1 चीनी मिल का अगर यहाँ शुभारंभ हो जाए, किसानों के घरों में खुशहाली आ जाएगी।
Very few sugar mills operate in the area these days, incurring heavy losses. Despite agriculture being their primary source of livelihood, most of the farmers have stopped sugarcane farming. While the state government has provided financial aid for the restoration of sugar mills, little has been achieved on the ground. Losing hope of any revival, the farmers are switching over to alternate methods of farming. Due to lack of money and limited farming knowledge, acres of land is turning barren. Of the total cultivable area of 54 lakh hectares in the state, sugarcane cultivation covers only 4.41% area.
सरकार की इच्छा शक्ति की कमी, सरकार में बैठे हुए लोगों के पास संवेदनशीलता की कमी, उनके पास क्षेत्र के विकास और बिहार को इस सुंदर बिहार बनाने के नक्शे की कमी, इस बिहार को इस विदेश के मानचित्र पे एक अच्छा जगह दिलाने की सोच की कमी, बहुत सारी कमियां रही हैं जिसके वजह से आज इतने उदासीन हैं।
यहाँ के चीनी मिल बहुत सारे बंद हो गए। पुराना टेक्नोलॉजी था, कोऑपरेटिव मूवमेंट भी यहाँ ध्वस्त हो चुका था, नए सीड्स, फर्टिलाइजर्स और जो किसान थे, जो लागत होता है, इनपुट कॉस्ट, वो धीरे धीरे उनके पास जब कमी आई, तो गन्ने का खेती जो है वो हाई इनपुट फार्मिंग है।
Locals say not much has been done by political parties for their development.
डीजल महंगा मिल रहा है, अब जानते हैं कि अनुदान किसान जो भी है डीजल लाने जाता है नहीं, डीजल लाने गया, हड़बड़ में गया, रसीद नहीं लिया, मिलता है पैसा वो मिल नहीं पाता है।
The largest agro-based industry in Bihar, the sugar industry, once generated sizable employment, but people now migrate to other states in search of employment. Going to polls on November 1st, the residents hope for the revival of the sugar industry that will become a wealth and employment generator for them. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, that is all in this edition of Verdict 2015, but we will continue our coverage on the third phase of assembly elections in Bihar through the day today. So keep watching Rajya Sabha.